Hey y'all, welcome to the Playmaker podcast. On today's episode, we're going to talk about how to not blow your weekend. Okay, so I get to work with clients every single day on how to get better in their health. And the one thing that trips up everybody, including myself, how do we not blow our weekends? We are so intentional and are dedicated and structured during the week, Monday through Friday. But then Friday night and Saturday and Sunday just get us. What is it about the weekend that makes us get off our game plan? Well, we're going to dive in with 5 different things that I get to talk to my clients about for ways to not blow your weekend and blow all the hard work that you've done all week long. All right, so let's go ahead and dive on in. So the first tip that I want to give you to not blow your weekend is don't skip your meals. Don't skip any meals. Okay, that's one thing that people feel like they have to do, especially if they're doing like a calorie deficit thing. Well, here's the thing. I eat 6 times a day. All right, that's how I lost over 50 pounds. That is how I work with my clients. We eat 6 times a day in order to keep our metabolism up and running and efficiently burning the food that's in our body that is fuel for us. The longer that you don't eat, the slower your metabolism gets, okay? So I eat every 2 to 3 hours. Now, even though I eat every 2 to 3 hours, and that's what I have my clients do, when the weekend comes, we're more likely to go out to eat. I don't know if that's the same for y'all, but for me, I'm very structured during the week, and I'm eating in most of the time during the week. But when the weekend comes, that's when my friends want to get together or my family wants to get together and we'll go out to eat. So typically the meals that we'll eat at restaurants have more calories and more everything in them than what a typical meal for me looks like. Even if it's like a lean and green healthy meal, it's typically more. The thing is, we get in our mind, okay, because we've been trained by different programs across that are available to us in the world, to only eat a certain amount of calories in order to lose weight. So we think that in order to make up for the bad meal that we had out to eat is to just not eat another meal, and it'll kind of counterbalance, except actually that's doing us more harm than good because it's slowing our metabolism down because we're not fueling it and giving it the proper energy it needs. So tip 1, don't skip meals. Tip number 2, how not to blow your weekend, is get your sleep. Do not sacrifice your sleep on the weekend. I know that you might be staying out later or staying up longer and maybe even sleeping in, and that's great. But you want to make sure that you're calculating to get your 8 hours of sleep. And if you're not able to get your 8 hours of sleep, let's get a nap in the next day to try to add up to that 8 hours. The weekend is the best time to reset and recharge for the following week. We do not want to sacrifice our sleep because your sleep, there's so much more to your health journey, weight loss journey, whatever, than just what you're putting in your body. Your sleep is a really, really big factor and affects how your body works for you. So don't miss your 8 hours of sleep. All right, so backtrack. So far we've talked about to not blow your weekend. We don't want to skip meals. The second one, we don't want to miss our sleep. We want to make sure we get 8 hours of sleep. The third one, do not have an all or nothing mindset. I get it, okay? And y'all know, you've heard in my other episodes, I'm not the type of person who's going to tell you, don't ever touch this kind of food. Don't ever even look at it because you'll just get off track. Like, that's not realistic, and that's dieting, and diets die. They fail, and we don't want to do that. We're on a health journey. We make choices. So if you are out to eat and you make a choice to eat something that isn't going to move you towards your goals, that doesn't mean you need to be like, well, I already ate that, so I'm just going to go ahead and eat everything else in my pantry when I get home, or I'm just going to indulge in all the desserts later tonight anyway because I blew it in this meal. No, you made a conscious choice that whatever food was worth it, own your choice, and move on. Get back on track. A little bit does not mean you have to have everything else in sight and call it a cheat day. That again is dieting, and we don't want to do that. We're making conscious choices on our health journey, okay? So don't skip meals. Make sure you're getting all your sleep. Let's not have an all or nothing mindset. The fourth tip to not blow your weekend is to stay active. Now, I know you might have been working out all week long and you're like, the weekend's my time to relax. That's fine. I'm not saying you have to go lift weights or go do a hard, intense HIIT workout or anything like that. Just stay active. Go for a 5-minute walk in the morning. Why? Because the sun has vitamin D and that's great for you to just get outside. But it also, being active makes you more aware of your own health journey. And I know that sounds weird, but like when you start your day being active, it, for me and my clients have found the same thing. It sets the tone for the day. So a simple thing you can do, Saturday morning, instead of just coming to your family room or kitchen or whatever and just staying in your pajamas all morning long and being like a couch potato, you might want to be a couch potato, but go put real clothes on. Go put some active wear on, some leggings and a sweatshirt, sweatpants, whatever, just so that you are in a legit outfit for a legit day. And that, just that little thing might get you up and moving a little bit more than if you stay in your pajamas, because then you just want to stay on the couch or in bed. Get outside, go do some kind of movement for 5, 10, 15 minutes, longer if you want to, but do something to be active with your day. Don't just veg all day long, okay? So, don't skip meals. Get your 8 hours of sleep. Don't have an all or nothing mindset. Stay active. And the fifth tip for not blowing your weekend is make time for meal prep. First of all, that's going to set you up for success for the following week. When you have your meals already laid out, it makes it easy when you're getting home late or your schedule's just off, and instead of having to run through the drive-thru or just heat up something in your fridge or freezer that is not going to help you get to your goals, you already have stuff. You're prepared for the unknowns, and you have your meals ready to go to keep you on track. There's one benefit, but the other one is if you're consciously thinking about how you're going to succeed and get closer to your goals during the weekend, you're going to also be thinking about the choices you're making in that moment. So if you're meal prepping, you're not going to want to indulge in other food that is going to set you off track, because you're consciously and constantly working to make sure that you're prepared to keep getting 1% better. Does that make sense? Okay, so recap all 5 strategies to not blow your weekend. First, don't skip meals. I eat 6 times a day, every 2 to 3 hours. But even if you have a big meal, don't skip your next one, okay? We want to keep that metabolism running as fast and efficiently as possible. Number 2, we want to get those 8 hours of sleep. If you have to take a nap, take a nap. It's the weekend. It's the time to recharge. But don't sacrifice your sleep. Number 3, don't have an all or nothing mindset. Make conscious choices and own up to your choices, but don't let that blow the rest of your day, because the rest of your day doesn't have to be blown unless you let it be. Number 4, stay active. Even 5 minutes of just getting outside and walking around the block, something to get your body moving. Put on real clothes and be ready to move throughout the day. And the 5th one is make time for meal prep, both to set yourself up for success for the rest of the week, but also to keep you in the mindset that you have goals and you're gonna get them, and it's not gonna get you off track. So I hope that was helpful. Y'all, the weekends don't have to be our enemy. They don't have to set us back. We can still move forward even on the weekends, all right? Y'all got this. You are a playmaker. So go out and get 1% better today.